Hello and welcome back to Building Resilience in Children. Now, today we are back with an interesting topic, which is top 10 study hacks. Now, what we are going to do here is to discuss few of the things that has actually worked for us, and during the workshops we have discussed it, but also I have heard this time and again from parents really. So let's dive in and have a look at these are really simple ones, but you if you follow this religiously, I think you will see a difference. So first up is creating a dedicated study space. Again, this is very important because having a quiet and well organized area will help you focus better. It doesn't matter whether that's being on the side in a living room or in a bedroom or even by the side of the kitchen or on a dining table. It really doesn't matter. What actually matters is creating that dedicated study space where your child and you both, you know that if you are in that space, this is what you're going to do. So, moving on to the next one, which is, sometimes it becomes really difficult for young children to think about a science experiment or to think about maths or think about English, like stories or even grammar, So, it is important that you don't actually read that to them only, but use visuals which are colorful and engaging. So whether that be the diagrams or you make a chart of it, or even, if you're doing past tense, present tense, you can actually use sticky notes, different color sticky notes, or you can use PowerPoints, you can use different kinds of visuals to actually tell a story and then highlight the past tense, present tense, or even where to use the full stops and commas. So what you're trying to do here is to make it interesting for them. So not only they are listening, but at the same time they're observing it. So the visuals are really very powerful. So you can give it a try and see, it has really worked. At least it has worked for me as well, when I am doing things with my child at home. The other thing is very important that you don't do it for a long stretch. Our attention span is very important, to understand our attention span, because if you don't take a break and you tend to keep the things longer and longer, of course the tension will be broken, of course there will be some kind of discomfort, and you don't want to do that because that discomfort for a child will stick longer. So what you want to do instead is maybe break it down into 10 minutes, 20 minutes. And in those 10 minutes and 20 minutes, try and achieve task 1 and 2. Then you say 3 and 4 take 20 minutes. Then 5 and 6 takes, 15 minutes. So however way you want to break it down. Oftentimes, even if you're making a chart together, sitting with your child, and you're doing these short bursts of rest in between, where you're giving your brain some time to bring the focus back, or to bring in a fresh perspective, and that really works well. The other thing is that doing small experiments. So say for example, if you've got a plant, you can have take a leaf out and then you can use the magnifying glass or something that you have got at home, that you can actually that can teach about science for your child to your child. You can bring that and you can actually do that collectively rather than actually always engaging or reading through the textbooks. Those actually work really well because it kind of creates mini labs, which becomes interesting. And these simple experiments can be done in any space really within your home. And it helps to better understand because they are working with it and not just listening again. So it's more kind of experiments, but they're doing experiments in a fun way and they're learning science through it as well. The other thing that really works well is making flashcards. It doesn't have to be flashcards. Remember, this is a kind of preconceived sort of idea that we all have, is that flashcards are meant to be for toddlers, but it's not for toddlers. You can do the geometry through it. You can do science questioning. So, say, for example, learning about human bodies through it. So, whatever it is you want to do, you can actually make your own flashcard. Again, the keywords, the concepts that needs to be put into those flashcards. So one side of it can have the keywords, the other side explains the concept. So again, you give your child a chance to talk about it, but also you help them to recall, to memorize the information. And it's easily done with flashcards, to be honest, because it's more kind of game, more playful. Um, the other thing is like always you assume the role of teaching your child. What if you flip it? What if you ask your child to explain to you or to teach you about something? So you ask them to teach you about number lines, you ask them to teach you about some historical facts, you ask them to teach you about an animal or teach you about human body, teach you about planets. So you are trying to learn, and what will happen is that they are going to make their best effort to bring the information that they have, and also they are going to make more sense to them as they are explaining to you. The other thing that has also helped quite a bit children is about creating fun and catchy phrases or acronyms to help you remember complex information or scientific terms. So let me give you some examples. So, say for example, if we are teaching children about vowels, we can talk about the vowels to make them easily remember it. We can say animals eating ice cream on umbrellas. So it's AEIOU. Or if you are teaching them about bullying, you are saying several times on purpose or stop. Yeah. Or if you are teaching them about respect, you can talk about ready to learn, effort, stick at it, pay attention, encourage others, and of course, be creative, take responsibility. So, again, these are the ways that you can actually make your own acronyms or mnemonics, and that's absolutely fine. But I just give you three examples of how the more used ones in the classrooms. The other thing is it's very, very interesting these days to kind of watch informative content online to supplement textbooks and make learning more enjoyable. So you can spend some time watching those with your children. um, the other thing I was thinking of again is like participating in science games or quizzes. So you can do it online. So, say, for example, platforms like Kahoot or platforms like Quizzes. You can use those to make your own interactive activities as well and have some fun together. So learning is about fun. So the more fun you put in it, the more you're going to get back from it. But of course, these are some of the ways that you can do it. But of course, please do review and revise regularly. What is working this year may not work next year. So you have to think about, okay, what is it needs to be changing? What is it that I can bring in new? So you're trying to create an environment, and that's very important. Okay, so that's it really. And you have the 10 study hacks for children, particularly aged between 7 and 11, to master science or arts or whatever you're engaging with. So it's more about learning with fun. We hope these tips will help you excel in your scientific journey in the future. And please do not forget to subscribe if you have not. It means a lot to us. And thank you very much for watching. And please, please do not forget to get in touch with us as well. So if you've got a request, like you have done always, either you can email us at contact@bric22.com, or you can engage with the content online on YouTube, on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, or LinkedIn. Okay, so I'll be back soon with another one. But happy studying and happy spending time. Have some fun. Thank you. Stay well. Bye bye.